Hi, I'm Queenie Yu with Bullet Point News. I'm with Dannielle Rodrigues. Dannielle and her family have been living in Stouffville for nearly 15 years. She took to social media over 2 years ago to raise awareness that her mom, Lucy Latino, desperately needs a kidney transplant from a living kidney donor. Danielle is passionate about educating Canadians on organ donation. Danielle, welcome to Bullet Point News.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Danielle, tell us about your mom's health now because she's been waiting for a donor for over 2 years.
Yeah. So my mom has kidney disease and is end stage kidney failure. So she is on dialysis. She spends 3 days a week, 4 hours each time, hooked up to life support, basically dialysis. And so those are really rough days for sure. But my mom also has good days, and on her good days, what I admire most about her is she just doesn't waste any time feeling sorry for herself or dwelling on things. She wakes up and starts her day, and that could be doing something that you or I take for granted, like cleaning our house. Her energy levels are quite low for her often, or it could be waking up, getting dressed, and going to the local museum or um, hitting the mall or just hanging out with friends. So her health, while it definitely um, prevents her from doing a lot of things, when she does feel okay, she makes the most of it. And I think that um, that's how everyone should live. And we don't often until we're faced with adversity like that. So,
What have you been doing to find a living kidney donor for your mom?
gosh, I think the question is, what haven't we been doing? So we started the social media campaign, Lucy Needs a Kidney, on Facebook and Instagram, and then we ventured into TikTok and Twitter. So anything online, we try and have a presence to raise awareness. In addition to that, we have car decals, stickers on friends across Ontario. Some people we've met, some we haven't, but I put a call on Instagram saying, does anyone want a sticker? And a number of people said, sure, why not? So we've dropped them in the mail. So those are on everyone's vehicle that have asked. My dad has been seen walking around wearing a homemade sandwich board that my 8-year-old daughter made for him. And on it, it says, need kidney for wife with our phone number. We've done that. We have t-shirts that say, Lucy needs a kidney. My t-shirt says my bestie needs a kidney. So we're really trying anything. It's funny, the more I talk to people who have been in this situation, um, you really can't leave any stone unturned because you just need one. You just need one. So we're just trying it. We're trying anything and everything, and we're open to any ideas as well.
What are some of the greatest challenges that you've faced during your search for a donor?
I think the greatest challenge is the the up and down nature of the process. So, um, you know, we have been so fortunate to have people come forward, and whether they submit a health history form, which is really the first step in determining eligibility for a donor. Um, and then been so fortunate to have people kind of be approved beyond that step and go through the actual stages of testing. And I think the biggest challenge is trying not to get too excited, um, and also demonstrating gratitude. Like, I don't even know, there are no words to even describe it. So that's a challenge.
How has this campaign brought your family closer?
Yeah. Queenie, it's funny. Anyone that knows our family knows that we're pretty close to begin with. Um, this has brought us closer, like to a point where we didn't even know was possible. Like anytime we talk kind of whether it's my mom's health or kidney donation or, possible uh, donors, medical appointments, like we could almost finish each other's sentences. Or when we're meeting with doctors, same thing. Like we all have the same questions. So we're very, I guess, in sync, more in sync than we ever have been. But we are a pretty close knit family, even before this.
When some people meet with hardship, they quit. You don't. What keeps you going?
Yeah. A couple of things. I think the biggest one is just hope. I genuinely believe that it will happen for my mom. I don't think that it won't. I think it will happen. So hope for sure keeps me going. The support from our community and just words of encouragement has helped kind of in some of our darkest and most terrifying days. So that's keeps us going. And then just seeing what my mom has gone through, like how could we, her loved ones, give up when like she hasn't, and she pushes through every day that may be really difficult for her, right? Or is very challenging for her. So for me, I would just, it's a combination of things, but mainly hope. We're not ready to give up.
Who can be a living kidney donor for your mom?
The wonderful thing about my mom is, despite having several blood transfusions through the last several months, her antibody levels remain at zero. And what that means, Queenie, is that she more than likely could accept a kidney from any O donor because the antibodies are what would reject a kidney, and her antibodies are zero. So it's a good thing. It's a very positive thing for her and our family, as 46% of Canadians fall into this category. So whether you're an O positive or O negative, that doesn't matter for the purpose of living organ donation. The other thing that I think is important to mention is there's no upper age limit to being a living kidney donor. So the testing process focuses mostly on the potential donor's health and not so much about their age. So the donor screening process is done at Toronto General Hospital in Toronto. And it's a very thorough transplant clinic. So the potential donor undergoes several tests and screening to ensure that it's safe for them to proceed with living donation. And actually, we're really lucky to have Toronto General so close to us. They were just rated one of the top 5 hospitals in the world for a 4th year in a row. So I think that's pretty neat and comforting for someone considering living donation. And then finally, the other thing about living donation that I don't think many people know, because, well, why would they? When a person donates one of their kidneys, the remaining kidney actually significantly increases in size, and is able to produce the same work, if you will. So it makes up and is able to do the work of 2 kidneys. So I thought that was pretty neat and worth mentioning.
How many people have come forward to say that they would be interested in donating?
Yeah, we're so fortunate, and I feel so blessed to be able to say this. I actually don't have like a hard number of how many people have expressed interest or who have submitted um, a health history form. In addition, it's confidential, so they won't, like the hospital wouldn't tell us. So I only know based on individuals telling me directly. But I can tell you that 3 individuals have been kind of approved beyond that first step, and have gone through the actual stages of donation, like the living donor process. Um, and unfortunately, at different stages through their testing, were not deemed eligible to proceed. So I guess 3 in total have gone through different stages of the testing.
When you find the donor, what would you say to them?
Oh, I was nervous you'd ask me this. um, I don't know that I would have words. Just thank you.
Dannielle, thank you so much for joining us at Bullet Point News today.
Thank you.